I remember the time when I met you at this networking.
Yes, networking event.
You look like James Bond, bro.
Oh man!
I was like, damn.
Oh, thank you. You're the second person to call me James Bond this week, so might be my next nickname, guys.
Yeah. Hi everyone, welcome again to Chaiwala Show. On this opportunity, we have a special guest. His name is Mickey. Please, Mickey, introduce yourself.
Yes, I am a branch manager at SURMESUR. SURMESUR has 10 stores, over 15,000 fabrics. We do over 60 measurements, and we literally can build you almost anything. We have a lot of fun with what we do here, and yeah.
How is that you came part of SURMESUR at the beginning?
Perfect. So to be part of SURMESUR, what had happened was I actually met my previous boss, Todd. Todd is one of the best people I've ever met and one of the best measurers I've ever met in my life. Yeah. He really introduced me to what the made to measure process was from another company. So when I met him, he really was inspired by my style, inspired by my passion for fashion and how it is to express myself and work with people. So it was a really great opportunity to put me on the team. At that point, I had a really, really good first year. Really high in sales, I'd say, and creating a lot of fun products, and yeah, just kind of climbed up from there. And at some point they were like, hey, you deserve to be a manager at a shop, and now we're in Waterloo and we put the shop together. So very excited and very blessed for the opportunity.
For how long have you been in the industry?
12 years.
12 years now.
Yes.
And SURMESUR is being in the market for
about 14 years.
14 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. But this is our 10th store.
This is your 10th store?
10th store, yeah.
Where are the other ones?
There's in Mexico, Montreal, Laval, Ottawa, Toronto, Mississauga, Vancouver, Pittsburgh. We also work with a lot of different types of people, but I'll wait to express that and explain all the different cities and what they're best at later. So.
And what is the added value that you offer to your customers?
Well, I'm a firm believer that we work with clothing, but I don't really sell clothing, I sell confidence. Working at SURMESUR and having the opportunity to make things fit the way that people want them to fit, what we try to do is give them an opportunity to, one, feel their best, look their best, and also have a great experience while everything is happening. One thing that I love about SURMESUR is the first thing that when people walk in, I ask you, hey, can I get you a drink? Can I hang up your coat? It almost feels like you're coming into your friend's house and you're trying to maybe hang out or learn different things. And I really try to make my clients feel comfortable in everything that we do, so that when we're creating, that we can create something that not only gives them confidence, but also betters their life.
Would you say that that's a factor that allows you to connect with your customers?
Yes, I'd say that with the customer experience that we offer at SURMESUR, it really makes it so that we have to get to know you. It's not as simple as you come in, you see a blue shirt, you grab that blue shirt, I cash you out. I do learn about your family, I learn about what your style is, I learn where you're trying to take your career, and we create things that kind of help you get to where you want to be. So
it's not that you're trying to change the personality of your customers. No. You just adapt. And
exactly.
Make it stylish, maybe?
Well, I'd say that I don't want to change whoever they are. Yeah. I just want them to basically show people who they are in a better light. Because, for example, I'm outside of this, guys, I know I'm talking right now, I'm a big introvert. I go to church, I hang out, I'm a quiet guy, but SURMESUR has helped me express my style, what lets me be a little bit more extroverted and makes me feel my best. So when we are doing things like this, right, I'm not all scared, I'm pretty confident and pretty comfortable.
What is that makes you feel passionate about this business?
Oh, that's a great question. I think that what makes me really passionate about SURMESUR is the kind of journey we go on with people. Sometimes I meet people that are starting their careers, they're in school, let's say, right? Or someone that's starting the league or going to join the CFL or the NFL, stuff like that. And I get to meet them when they're starting their process and they're like, hey, I just want to see something or just buy something just for this purpose. And I'm saying, hey man, we don't have to look at this as right now, let's look at this for the future. And then we have discussions about investing in their look and, hey, what happens when you make it to the CFL? What happens when you make it to the NHL? Not if, it's always for sure. And then with those conversations builds confidence for them to be their best on what they do in their life. I think that I am just a really great tool that people can use to kind of really inspire themselves to be the best versions that they can be.
Nice. And what is the main challenge that you had to face in this business?
I'd say that we opened this location up August of 2023. And I think that one of the challenges that we were facing was, or that I faced was, hey, how are we going to grow the business? How are we going to make people know that custom clothing is affordable for them, that they should come in? And I had a really great opportunity to work with my director for about a year, just me and him together, and learn the different strategies to go out and go to charity events, give out free clothing, go to wedding shows, express who we are. And he always gave me the opportunity to just be myself in those opportunities. So they get to meet me and I get to be my fun and get excited about the clothing and learn about who they are. And I think that's what's really grown the business from where we started to where we're at now.
That's what I'm seeing. I mean, I've been checking your social media platforms. It's very good engagement.
Yeah, and if you read our reviews, everyone has a good time. Like every single review, people are expressing about knowledge, of course, and how we're creating nice clothes for them, but it's always about their experience that I think is my favorite thing that they often talk about.
What would be your main target in this market?
I'd say that ideally when I think about custom clothing and the custom clothing that we think or that we create, it is realtors, it is people that are in business itself. We do make suits as one of the products that are our front runners, of course. So it would be people that wear suits, but that comes in with weddings, of course, and things like that. We do make casual clothing, jeans, chinos, sweaters, stuff like that. So it always starts off on maybe an event, but it always breaks away to people's regular life. So I would say that it would be a young professional up until just a professional, I guess. Yeah. So maybe starting ages, like I sold something to someone that was 19, starting their their university, just kind of growing and needing a suit for business. And I have the guy that I just worked with getting jeans, literally before you came in, that was like 85. So it is just a mix of everybody that really wants specific clothing and really wants to grow their life. Like I said, it's mostly about the confidence stuff, so yeah.
What are the plans for the future?
Ooh, that's a great question. So I'd say when it comes to SURMESUR, especially this location, we want to really attack the markets of lawyers a little bit better, go towards businesses itself as well as and restaurants. My goal for this location is one, to help people know that it is actually really affordable for them, because the intimidation of meeting different people in the city is like, oh, it's custom clothing, it must cost $10,000 for a t-shirt, you know? But it's not like that at all. So whenever when I think about the business and growing, is one, to have a really big impact on the two universities that are here and have just a little bit more impact on a little of the surrounding city. So we are in Waterloo. I'm thinking to attack Cambridge a little bit more, maybe do a car show or truck show in London, stuff like that. So
I remember the time when I met you at this networking
event.
I felt so bad, man. I mean, comparing to you, you look like James Bond, bro.
Oh man!
I was like, damn. I was like wearing jeans. Yeah, that's the impression that I had.
Oh, thank you. You're the second person to call me James Bond this week, so might be my next nickname, guys.
What advice will you give to an entrepreneur who's starting a business?
So ideally, when I think about young entrepreneurs starting businesses, I think their focus needs to be their target audience, but also learning their product very well and learning about people. So one thing that I do whenever someone comes in is I don't even talk about clothes. The first thing I talk about is like their life. I want to get to know you as a person so that all of my suggestions and everything that we're creating is more complementary to your life itself. So when I think about young entrepreneurs, and I was having a lot of discussions with people when it comes to, hey, I want to start a casual clothing business or a photography business. I always tell them, hey, like, you have to have a bit of a focus group. Talk to not your friends, talk to people that you don't know, go into businesses, ask if they need anything, understand what they're looking for and understanding people itself, and then creating what would be called a strategy for your marketing plan, and then breaking those down into, the strategy broken down into a plan, those plan broken down into tasks, and then those tasks are the things that you need to do. I think that you always should have a bit of like a 1.5 to a 2-year goal, and then work from quarter to quarter at that point, making decisions without steering the ship. I think people have a really bad habit of when something doesn't work well, that they go and they like course correct. It's not necessarily that you need to change everything you're doing. It's that you need to adjust to get to the goal that you want. You never would tell LeBron, hey LeBron, you had a really bad night. Don't do your 50,000 shots. Don't do your 10,000 squats. Don't do your push-ups. No, that's not true. You got to keep going with what you're doing because it's working. You're just not seeing the fruits of your labor yet. It's funny. I always think about like something that my best friend often tells me. He's like, never stop planting seeds, even when it's harvest time. So when I go and like I'm meeting people, I have a successful day, I'm doing big sales, I'm still planting seeds. I'm going out, I'm still handing out my business cards, I'm still trying to give away the free things that I can, I'm still trying to work with people, we're still doing volunteer service. That stuff will never stop because I think that meeting people and getting into the roots of the city is what really changes your impact on it.
Well, Mickey, it's been a pleasure to have you in this interview. Actually, I enjoyed being here.
Thank you. I always say to people, especially when it comes to SURMESUR, that like it's not necessarily about me per se or even about the company. We really try to make it about the client. I think that like I said a little bit earlier, like I'm just a really great tool to help you find what you need to become. But I also would consider myself an intercessor, like just in between on where you are before your goals. I always tell people, don't forget me, because like when you become rich and famous, I want to just remember me, like, you know. But I always have fun with everything I do, and I really make sure that that the same feeling and excitement that I have about your product, that you can feel that same exact feeling too. So
nice. Thank you, Mickey.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, guys, see you next time.
See ya. Bye.